rule 3 is about local and vernacular language, right? In the same clause above, the MITC shall be provided to the customer, and in brackets, preferably in English, Hindi, and the local language. Now, you may say that, hey, this is not a mandate. RBI clearly says preferably. So it's an option. It's not mandatory. But the fact is that if you plan to expand your card program to wider segments, especially things like Kisan Credit Card, right? Then it becomes an issue, right? Because most Indians do not speak English or are not comfortable in English, right? And in this scenario, basically, because of this demographic fact, preferably is pretty much mandatory, right? So for an eSign flow, this means two things. One is the MITC and agreement must be in vernacular. This is simple enough to understand. But two, and this is the second part that people often miss, your eSign interface should also be vernacular, because in a digital journey, the process is also part of the document, right? It involves multiple buttons, multiple steps. eSign consent has to be taken in the interface itself for the agreement. So like we often take it for granted that, hey, it's a simple eSign flow because we understand English, right? So we put up a Mandarin Chinese interface on screen. Just put yourself in the shoes of someone signing this, right? How would you feel if in order to get a credit card or in order to enter into a significant financial transaction, you had to click through this screen, which is full of buttons, full of instructions, and has a consent that you actively have to tick, but you don't understand, right? It would be incredibly alienating and would practically lead to drop-offs as well, right? Which is why you need all aspects of the interface to be in vernacular in order to truly comply in spirit with the vernacular requirement, right? So one, vernacular eSign link; two, a vernacular MITC and agreement; three, vernacular eSign consent; and of course, vernacular buttons, vernacular instructions, and things like that. The entire interface being in vernacular, right?